How has it got so bad? This woke sanitation and, in so many cases, downright butchery of the English language has to stop. Take a listen to Sam Smith.
I'm a big fan of fishing.
I do love fishing, yes, I do.
What?
Yeah, I'd love to be a fisherman.
What, like a fly fisherman?
I'd be any type of fisherman. I think I would like to, one day I'd just like to end my days fishing.
Fisher them. He just made that up. I mean, when did the majority agree to this nonsense? I mean, you can see he's actually laughing when he's saying it. But the more I think about it, the less funny it becomes, because there's actually a sinister edge to this when authors whom the world hold in high regard and whose work, in my view, should never be tampered with, are being sanitised by someone somewhere to make their work supposedly more palatable to the woke wallflower minority who, rather than sidestepping books written with perfectly normal words which they have demonised, would rather alter them on a global scale, changing the author's words forever. And it seems nothing is sacred. Legendary writers like Roald Dahl, Puffin, the publishers, have removed the word fat from his books. So, for example, Augustus Gloop in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is no longer fat. They've actually changed it now so that he's enormous. Oh, I don't know about you, but I think I'd be more offended being called enormous than just fat. Tiny. The description given to the Oompa Loompas has been replaced with no higher than my knee. And small men has now become small people, so they're now gender neutral. Who decided that these things were offensive? I mean, they're simply descriptions. They've even removed black and white, so no one can turn white with fear, and the BFG's cape is no longer black. Are you offended? I'm not. And instead of Mrs. Twit's fearful ugliness, they've taken out the word fearful, leaving ugliness. So fear isn't allowed, but being called ugly is perfectly fine. I mean, what the hell is going on? And because these woke warriors appear to be obsessed with mental health, they've also removed the words crazy and mad. And these are only some of the examples. And if Roald Dahl was alive today, he'd be turning in his grave. If he's anything like me, when one of my producers even dare to change one word or even a comma in my opening monologue, they will hear the words and in an unmistakable touch it and I will kill you tone, don't touch my monologue. And many a producer have come a cropper thinking that they can just add bits in willy-nilly and dabble with my wording to make it more palatable in their eyes. This has gone too far. I mean, it almost feels like an exercise in controlling people's thoughts, acting as judge and jury on what language is preferable. It's not even as though they were swearing in many of the books, they're just altering. But some faceless woke warriors decided that now these words are offensive. It seems nothing is sacred to these ideologues, extending their narrative unnecessarily and often butchering the English language on their way, rather than just simply changing things instead of into what they want to hear. I mean, can't they just do what the majority of us do? If they don't like it, exercise their freedom of choice. Don't buy the book. Don't read it.